Second Trump dossier emerges one day after Fisa memo vote by Tyler Durden for ZeroHedge.com. A controversial Democratic operative considered a Clinton hatchet man wrote a second anti-Trump memo, which was presented to the FBI in October of 2016 by former UK spy Christopher Steele. According to reporting by The Guardian, one day after the House Intel Committee voted to release the confidential and shocking Fisa memo to the public. This second dossier was authored by Cody Shearer, a former journalist and political activist for the Clinton White House in the 1990s. According to The Guardian, it confirms Steele's claim that Trump was compromised, quote, by the Russian intelligence in 2013 during a trip to Moscow that involved lewd acts at a five-star hotel. Cody Shearer cites an unnamed source within Russia's security service, FSB, for his claim, meaning that both anti-Trump dossiers tied to Hillary Clinton used Russian disinformation to discredit and undermine a candidate for the U.S. presidency. Citing a source with knowledge of the inquiry, The Guardian reported that the FBI was still working on the Shearer dossier, suggesting the Bureau was taking at least some of it seriously. It raises the possibility that parts of the Steele's dossier, which has been derided by Trump's supporters, may have been corroborated by Shearer's research, or could still be, wrote The Guardian Stephanie Kirschgansner, and Nick Hopkins. Shearer's name recently appeared in a January 25th letter from the Senate Judiciary Committee to 6 individuals or entities thought to be involved in the funding, creation, or distribution of the original salacious and unverified Trump-Russia dossier. Recipients of the letter, including John Podesta, Hillary Clinton, and Debbie Wasserman Schultz, are asked to submit all communications between a list of 40 individuals or entities, one of whom is Cody Shearer. Sean Davis. And now we know why Grassley Graham asked the DNC to turn over all communications that they had with Cody Shearer and Sidney Blumenthal, TheGuardian.com. While Clinton fans were delighted by the emergence of the new memo, this is Zach Petkanis. Another dossier independently corroborates much of the Steele dossier. Second Trump dossier being assessed by FBI. Again, The Guardian. Breaking, The Guardian reports that the FBI has been given the second dossier/memo by Cody Shearer, a journalist/activist that independently set out many of the same allegations made in the Steele dossier, including allegations that Trump was compromised during a 2013 Moscow trip. Conservatives were more skeptical of the latest unconfirmed dossier given Shearer's past. His brother served as an ambassador during the Clinton administration, and his late sister was married to Strobe Talbot, the chief authority on Russia in President Bill Clinton's State Department, according to ProPublica. Furthermore, during the Benghazi investigation of Hillary Clinton in 2015, the National Review called Shearer someone with history of misleading foreign sources, misrepresenting himself as an agent of the U.S. government, and creating trouble for both himself and the United States abroad. NR cited the story about Shearer's secret trip to Bosnia in the 1990s, where he extorted money from the Bosnian Serbs, claiming he was a secret envoy of the Clinton administration and could negotiate a reduction of war crime charges. Unbelievable. And they're taking his word. Like the original dossier, The Guardian adds that Shearer shared his dossier with select media organizations before the election without naming the outlets. The Daily Caller's Chuck Ross cites a passage from a recent book by The Guardian's former correspondent in Moscow, Luke Harding, about how he received an email from the Clinton camp that contained the same accusations as in the Steele dossier, but was not Steele's work. Chuck Ross here, he technically did not lie, just seems to have withheld relevant information. Surprise, surprise. There's evidence that the Shearer memo was provided to the Clinton campaign. Guardian journalist Luke Harding recently wrote in his book about the Steele dossier. In October, an email written by a person in the Clinton campaign reached my inbox. It set out some of the unproven allegations against Trump, including sex with prostitutes in Moscow. The email said the claims came from a source inside the FSB. This was not Steele's work, but some of it echoes the dossier, Harding wrote. That at least suggests that Shearer's document didn't just appear out of thin air to conveniently back up Steele's claim, just as the original dossier is about to be challenged by a congressional memo. However, it also suggests that both dossiers claiming Trump's ties to Russian intelligence came from sources either close to or paid for by none other than Hillary Clinton. Meanwhile, the FBI is still analyzing the Shearer memo and pushing intriguing leads, according to The Guardian, which could mean that the agency may be using Shearer's research to corroborate parts of the original Trump-Russia Steele dossier. In other words, Christopher Steele provided the FBI with two dossiers, the second of which may have been designed to support the first. Now there's a surprise, right? So Nick Short tweets out here, FBI was given a second phony Trump dossier in October of 2016 by Steele. This one written by Clinton hatchet man Cody Shearer. Second dossier was meant to corroborate allegations made in the first phony dossier created by Steele, funded by Clinton and DNC. Both dossiers cite FSB as a source. As we previously reported, congressional investigators have been researching what appears to be a massive and coordinated conspiracy between the Clinton campaign, DNC, FBI, DOJ, Obama administration, and opposition research firm Fusion GPS to discredit Donald Trump with Russian disinformation. The scheme involved high-level officials within the DOJ and FBI, including recently demoted Deputy FBI Director Andrew McCabe, whose seventh floor, quote, deep state cabal, both exonerated Hillary Clinton while simultaneously investigating Trump. Yep. So a brief refresher, the DNC and Hillary Clinton PAC was revealed by the Washington Post to have paid opposition research firm Fusion GPS for the creation of the dossier that would be harmful to then candidate President Donald Trump. Fusion commissioned former UK spy Christopher Steele to assemble the dossier, which is comprised of a series of memos relying largely on Russian government sources to make allegations against Donald Trump and his associates. According to court filings, Fusion also worked with disgraced DOJ official Bruce Orr and hired his CIA-linked wife, Nellie Orr, to assist in the smear campaign against Trump. Bruce Orr was demoted from his senior DOJ position after it was revealed that he met with Fusion GPS co-founder Glenn Simpson, as well as Christopher Steele, then tied to cover it up. Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman, John Podesta, denied under oath to the Senate Intelligence Committee that he knew about the dossier's funding, while Clinton's former spokesman, Brian Fallon, told CNN that Hillary likely had no idea who paid for it either. Yeah, give me a break. Current and past leaders of the DNC, including Debbie Wasserman Schultz, also denied knowledge of the document's funding. Podesta met with Fusion co-founder Glenn Simpson the day after the Trump-Russia dossier was published by BuzzFeed News. And now we can add Clinton crony Cody Shearer and his second Trump-Russia dossier to the list. Nick Short facts that both of these dossiers cite unnamed FSB sources for their allegations of Trump collusion, and it doesn't happen to raise any red flags is astonishing. Why weren't both of these dossiers treated as textbook examples of Kremlin disinformation? The Steele dossier fits the Kremlin playbook. The likely objective was to undermine Republicans, Democrats, and American democracy. Yeah. Well, basically, they're all full of crap. They have nothing on Trump. And this witch hunt has to end. And Hillary Clinton has to be put behind bars along with Wasserman Schultz, all their cronies, and this guy too, for interfering in an American election with this phony crap that that he got the second dossier from. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.